Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam. I'm here with BringItDon, and we're going to head into what I believe is the Chamber of Commerce. Start by talking to the guard outside. Well-built guard gives you an inquisitive look and adjusts his old automatic rifle so he can have a more comfortable grip. Over the years on the force, he clearly learned a thing or two about people. What are you looking for? Nothing much, just wanted to ask how the job's treating you. Do you want to join the force? Well then you're out of luck. The draft is over, and the next one isn't happening anytime soon. I am just curious. This is a big city, but where is its government located? Man gives you a long look that nods at the building behind his back. Right here, in the Krasno Chamber of Commerce. Behave yourself and stay out of trouble, or I'll kick you out in a jiffy. Would you like to chat about the local rumors and gossip? All this chit-chat isn't really my thing. You need to find someone else to talk to. Okay, well. Welcome to the Chamber of Commerce, everybody. Alright, old lady, let's talk. Wait, haven't I talked to you already? Hello, traveler, you want to talk? Yeah, let's ask some questions. Who are you? What can you tell me about yourself? Okay, yeah, we have talked to her. I knew she looked familiar. Okay, an untidy woman in her 30s, look as if she's had no time to check what she was putting on herself and just put on the first thing she grabbed out of her wardrobe. With a massive chin and annoyed, tired eyes, suddenly darts off and nearly bumps into you, barely holding a heavy pile of forms that look old and yellow, but have clearly been filled in recently. When she overcomes her shock, she starts nervously and incomprehensively. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Buy glasses if your eyesight is weak. I have no strength as it is. I don't need weird people growing up in front of me like mushrooms after rain. Wait, are you by chance a lawyer from the Trudegrad I invited here last week? Are you looking for Katerina Marvrova? Because if you are, it's me. But wait, you couldn't have come so fast. What do you want? I was just passing by. I'm tired of the red tape myself. Fancy a chat? Okay, but only if the conversation is quick and I can return to my business. Time is money. Are you from around here or a visitor? Oh, what I wouldn't give to be a local resident. They need to file 5 forms fewer to obtain the status of an official supplier. I'm from the south. What do you do in the city? I try to establish a working place for me and my family. To found a company that would supply everyday essentials, but the red tape here is a disaster. It's like beating against the wall. Are there any interesting rumors? What fake rumors are you talking about? One can break one's head trying to understand how to register a company here. You want me to listen to a bunch of nonsense and spread it around? What do you think of the local bureaucrats? They're wonderful, great people. Couldn't be better. Screw them. So you like it here? Alright, tell me what this pile of documents is. The woman's nostrils flare with anger as she starts pulling papers out of the pile frantically. Well, this one proves that I exist. This one confirms that the official who confirmed my existence is entitled to confirm such things. This one is a proof that I paid for her services. And this, no, I'm fed up. My brain will burn if I continue. Bureaucracy is an important part of any system. I need the money you owe the gangster from this ship. This is all. The woman's eyes turn round. This crap again? Look, when our common friend said I have 60 days, I told him then and there I didn't agree to such a ridiculous deadline. In a year when his pathetic thousands turned into $500,000, I'd gladly pay him back. But not now. It is not my fault he wasn't listening when I told him that. Sister, what will happen to all of us in a year? Think of it. It's just stupid. Pay him now. Apparently your words have reached the business lady's cold, calculating heart. I obviously wouldn't go to the trouble of obtaining all these certificates if I planned to flee from Krasno soon. But I can understand my creditor's concern, from the business point of view. Unscrupulous dealings are all too often these times. Okay. My first shipment will be far less than I planned, but take this money and bring them back to the wild. I'm very glad you finally seen the light. Okay. So next part... that quest is complete. For some reason I thought the person at the vendor was in the bathroom. Alright. Let's go this way first, because I saw that little green arrow leading downstairs, so I'll start with the smaller side. Don't care about the salt. Oh, waste paper actually is something that I need. Because I need what? I forgot how many that guy needed for... Oh, is there a guy in here? Or, oh, I did not see that. A tired and annoyed looking woman of around 30 sits at a desk, all the while calculating something using her abacus and writing the results into a small notebook. As she notices you, she closes her notebook and then looks at you with cold, unfriendly stare. I'm listening. And see by the way you look, you don't get much days off. The woman looks at the small calendar on her desk. It's mostly covered with all sorts of paper. According to it, your conversational partner had her last rest 10 days ago. Jeez. What a crappy schedule, I'm sorry. Saying sorry won't buy me a bottle of wine I can drink alone while lying in front of the TV during my only day off. But money for overworking sure will. Okay, I want you to make me a citizen of Krasno. The woman stares at you with a crazed gaze. And you come to pester a 4th level B rank official with such a question? How would I help you with becoming a citizen? It's not my job. So where should I go then? You need to find the Department of Department location. Then you must learn the location of my colleague who will tell you the name, level, and rank of an official who accepts questions about finding the officials who have the power to grant you citizenship. After an obligatory 5-workday wait, you'll be transferred to the person with his knowledge. You start by walking there. The one points towards an uncertain direction. Can you point me there again? I wasn't looking. The one points towards an uncertain direction again. It's in no way the same direction she was pointing to the first time. Okay. She had that other thing I could talk about. Okay. Oh, sure. Talking to you is my new passion. What do you want? How should I address you? Rada Genadievna, 4th level B rank. What do you do for the Chamber of Commerce? I calculate, plan budgets, I prepare payment documents. What else would the 4th level B rank official be doing? Bookkeeping? How's life in Krasno? A stupid question. Why are you asking? Do I look like I live somewhere else to compare? Are you planning to send me away from the city? What's your problem? What kind of rumors do you hear around the place? They said the 3rd department is going to be merged with the 5th. Thus, the Chamber of Commerce officials from the 5th will get a new rank letter. Although those of them who worked using the BA713 form will retain the old level number. So now the 3rd department will consist out of the 3rd level A rank officials, 3rd level secondary A rank officials, and the U sub-rank, and thirdly 5th level U rank officials. It's much more logical that way, you see. Yeah, I understand. I'm out of here. I am blowing this joint. More waste paper. Invaluable for the that photographer. I saw this guy in here. Where'd he go? Come here. Oh, it's the I'd like for you to leave so I can loot this place. Wait, can I loot this place? No, it's nothing to loot anyway. Alright, I went to the bathroom. Let's go over here. What is a safe? That reminds me, I don't think I ever opened those safes in Bunker 317, did I? Have to head back there at some point. A mustache city official bends over several documents. When you come closer, he slowly backs away and lifts his gaze, while putting his goose feather he used for riding aside. Yes? Can I help you? I just want to ask some questions. Oh well, I guess I can do that. How's life in Krasno? I'd advise you to talk with the head of propaganda about that. Oh, what? You want my personal opinion? Well, I think everything goes really smoothly. Under the grand leadership of the Chamber of Commerce, we reached great results, and soon, if I heard it correctly. That is, we will even be ready to rebuild communism. It might take a while, though. Anything interesting going on in the city? Interesting means unsafe nowadays. This is why I'm happy to state that nothing interesting ever goes on in our fine city. If you want adventure, head on straight to Paragon. Nothing right about that place. All messed up. Any problems the town has? Problems? None as far as I know. Well, apart from the dancing plague epidemic that we had 5 years ago. Did you know 400 people danced in the city streets for several days and nights until they dropped dead out of exhaustion, malnutrition, and or organ failure? Nobody knows why. Maybe you heard some rumors. No, address some kind of drinking establishment if you're interested in hearsay. We're a serious organization. What are you doing here? I mean, you personally. We control the bureaucratic processes here in Krasno and surrounding areas. Personally, I work with currency control. Is that a problematic position? Not really, but sometimes new scams appear that threaten all of the wastes. Last big attempt at destroying the economy happened way back in the 90s, when some people tried to start using pine cones, rocks, bottle caps, and other kinds of garbage instead of currency. What's your job all about? Well, known regions of the wasteland still use pre-war rubles, but its actual price is different in every other region. The fact that we don't have a golden standard doesn't help. I'm here to learn of the money costs in different lands, so that our traders won't get scammed during some deal with representatives of another country or region. Alright, let's change the subject. I'd like to become a citizen. That's not my department. Try talking to another colleague of mine. I'm sure you'll find help with this matter quickly. Listen, amigo, this is useless. Getting something from the Krasno bureaucracy is like hoping for it to rain in a desert. That may happen sometime, but it's doubtful you'll last for that long. Oh, that's completely unfair. Working like a well-oiled mechanism. Okay. So we're probably not going to get citizenship here. Oh. Alright, experience. Come to Papa. Oh, no. Alright, well. I like how they were all worth varying amounts of experience. Was it 5, 8, and 10? Alright, anyone in here to get in my way? Nope. Ooh, a frag grenade. That's interesting. Alright, let's go over here and talk to this guy. The pink-cheeked, balding man in his 40s greets you with a smile and a nod. Considering the circumstances, such friendliness comes as a surprise. I'm saying at a price. Because judging by his posture, armor, and menacing-looking weapon in his hands, you're talking to a guard, and a very special one. Hello, friend. Are you lost? There's nothing of any interest here. Just me and the entrance to the governmental bunker. I can see that. You must be bored. Fancy a chat? It's so boring around here, so why not? Who are you? The guard of the governmental bunker. Who else did you expect to see here, friend? Tell me about your work. No one's been defying the establishment for real for quite a while now. The guys in the bunker haven't done anything to make the locals want to disembowel them either. So there's nothing interesting going on, really. Still, your duty is your duty, and double rates are double rates. Stability, darn it. Tell me about the city. It's a good city, big and peaceful. From time to time, some cryptocurrency trader or some lunatic start causing troubles. But otherwise, it's a nice place, if a bit boring. Well, what matters is that it's a peaceful place. Have you heard any rumors? Only through my wife, really. She's afraid of gossip, but she tells it to me anyway. She wants me to tell her if it's true or not. How am I supposed to know? One of the recent stories was as follows. Apparently the merchants have a trifle called Stalin's Rebus. It's a puzzle like Rubik's Cube. Rumor has it that if you solve it, it will give you an unimaginable pleasure, while other people say devils will come out of it and slice you like a piece of ham. Okay. About the bunker. The guard narrows his eyes with a cunning smile. Oh wow, what kindled your interest in our bunker? Let me in, I've come to... Okay, Ivan Ivanovich, my colleague, has invited me to stay. Will you let me pass? The guard scratches his head thinking. This is something connected to the elections in Ochinoye, right? Yeah, I remember. He mentioned he'd found a new pal. Come on in, give my regards to the old man. Thank you. Well, thank you, Ivan Ivanovich, keeping his word. Down into the bunker. I'll have to bribe my way in. Alright. So it's pretty big, but it's not as big as the other bunkers. Okay. We'll start off by going to the right. Locked. Well, I know what to do with you. For some reason I think I need wires. Do I need wires for anything? Probably not. Okay. Nothing else here of interest? Do I want to go this way next? Yeah, I can go to all the supply rooms. So let's do that. What's the amount of leveling up now? About 1,000. Alright, back up to full health. I think this is always just going to be food. I'll just check each one real quick. I'll take all the super glue, because I don't see a lot of that. And electrical tape. Remember, Hexogen has a practically empty inventory. So he can carry whatever I don't feel like carrying right now. Actually, well, if I ever need food, this is the place to come. Oh, this is worth a lot of money. Definitely grabbing that. Honestly, the canned food is also worth a fair amount of money. This cures toxicity. I might grab these as well. I was expecting this bunker to be a lot bigger, but I guess it makes sense that it wouldn't be, since there's a few people trying to hold on to power. Top of the food chain, so to speak. Does no one use this room anymore? Oh. Well, at the very least I get some experience out of it. Even if nothing else. Let's do a quick save. Go in here next. Some glasses to loot. Oh, a safe. Okay, I didn't know you could pick safes. So at some point I will head back to Bunker 317 and I'll deal with the safes there. The shabby unshaved man in blue overall tinkers the pipe, tightens it up, and then takes a few steps back to contemplate his work, rubbing his chin. As he notices you, he gives you a short nod. What are you doing? The man sighs and crosses his arms on his chest. Fixing the pipes, but these... He makes an imperceptible, threatening gesture in the direction of the doors in front of him. But these, I can't even find a decent word for them. My bosses. These guys do their best to hinder my work. I make too much noise, they say. The noise distracts them from their work. Work my butt. Can I ask a few questions? The man yawns in his fist and nods his agreement. Why not? What do you want to ask? Have you heard what the local government is discussing? Don't tell anyone, but I've heard that our leaders are preparing some dirty tricks to play on Paragon, just to tickle them, they said. How? This much I don't know. How does it feel here in the bunker? Better than on the surface? Hell knows. Cleaner and drier for sure. Grub is good. I have a roof over my head. A great roof. But it feels so much more freedom outside in the wasteland. So I don't know really. I guess people are right when they say the grass is greener in the neighbor's garden. Have you heard any interesting rumors? I've heard a sea has dried out in the east. Climate has gone mad. What happens to our planet? At this rate, we'll soon be extinct. Like those, what's their name? Dinosaurs. Who's the biggest boss in town? Who's behind all this? Our Secretary General, Gennady Nikolaevich. Strictly between us, he's a champion jerk, even though he tries to hide it. He makes an impression of a lively fellow, but deeper inside you'll find his core is eaten through with worms. I might be wrong, mind. After all, we're not close pals, but this is the impression I have. Well, blue-collar impressions are sometimes very correct. Oh, he's not looking over here. Can I steal this? Potion of animal interaction. This witch's brew is bubbling in its vial. It smells awful. Okay, I'm gonna take that. The middle-aged man walks around the room with an annoyed look on his face. From time to time he stumbles upon a pig, who grunts indifferently and mumbles something under his breath. As he sees you, he snorts. What are you doing here? Answering quickly. I'm having a terrible migraine. What's a pig doing here? I'm sorry, is this any of your business? If it's here, that's where it should be. Is it clear? Is our conversation over? Then please do me a favor and leave my apartments before I call the guards. Wait, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. No questions, I'm telling you. I'm suffering from migraine. Questions? Okay. An aged man in an expensive jacket meets you with a calming, warm smile. He looks you in the eye, after which he states with a slightly shaky voice, "You're not an average solicitor." "And how did you notice that, if I may ask?" "Years of practice, my boy. Years of practice. Nothing more." The old man puts the palms of his hands upon his knees, and after a slight gentle cough, he asks, "Can I ask why you came to me?" "I'm looking for a job. Can you help me with that?" "Yeah, I can help you out, but first I need to understand what we're both getting from this partnership." Alright, let's ask some questions. Who are you supposed to be? Alexander Sablin, the head of coal shipments and minor diplomacy. Alexander Sablin, I'm here on behalf of Yashin, the merchant from Ultranoye. The old politician lowers his gaze. Yashin, so how is the old chap? Well, he's great, but he would love to return to Krasno. I'm afraid I cannot help him with that. His so-called exile was a unanimous decision, and it cannot be undone. This is how we do things in this city, I'm afraid. Well, I can't believe it. There has to be a way. No, unfortunately there is no way for that to happen. You see, even though he does not know this, our friend Yashin crossed the path of a very influential organization here in our city, the Mycelium Scientific Society. Why did they do this to him? What has he done? Nothing much, as far as I know. The thing is, the society, or cult, has a strange method behind their practices. They randomly pick a wealthy, happy person, and then they do anything to make his life miserable, by all means. Then when that... One moment. Then when that person is reduced to a crying heap, they show him the way. In other words, they make him their agent, ask him to join their ranks, maybe even leave some of his wealth to them. I constantly advised Yashin to come to them when bad things started happening, but he ignored my words. And now, well, you know where he has to live now. Very sad indeed. Sabin looks at you very seriously. I, for one, am a member of the Mycelium. I love that unification idea they have. As do all good people. What can I say? You want to live? You do what it takes. Comrade Sablin, the head of the coal plant, says he doesn't get enough fuel. For Paragon? Yes. Rarely do they send us fuel nowadays. They say it is all because of the bandits on the big roads. It's pretty scary, but the problem is with the shipments won't go away because you know the reason for it. Yes, it will not go away, but what can I do? Dispose of all the crime in the wasteland? Although... Sablin thinks for a while, and then looks at you with a sly spark in his eye. Listen, maybe you could help us all in this situation. If they're so afraid of bandits in Paragon, they probably won't scoff at some help from the friendly city of Krasno, right? You're a pretty capable lad, judging by how you infiltrated our bunker. Thank you for the kind words, but what exactly do you want? Go to Paragon, speak with Comrade Mambatov. He's the one who oversees shipments of coal to our city. He could be found in the hull of the ship they have there. Tell this man that you're a representative of our fine town. That man smiles at you with a friendly smile and straightens his expensive jacket. I'm sure there will be less attacks on the shipments when the bandits learn people from Krasno are guarding them as well. Okay then, I'll go meet with this... Mambatov. Please do. Believe me, you'll be a great help to this fine city. Okay, sure. I'll even write it down. I need to talk to some Mambatov. Who are you supposed to be? Okay, I already did that. Tell me about the bunker. Our gilded cage, if you pardon the metaphor. Surely it is far more comfortable and safe than the outside world, but still, it is our prison, where we hide from the simple folk and our various enemies. Well, not the worst prison you got here. What do you know about the city? Okay, a nice city to be sure. I was here before the war, on business trips, I believe, and I liked it very much. Quaint, simple, calm. Nowadays is anything but. Oh, how the times change. Or how time changes things. That's life for you. Heard anything interesting? I heard that one of my colleagues has a pet pig. I've also heard he enjoys talking to it. Well, as much as one can talk to a pig. Okay. Fascinating. This is our old friend, right? Yeah, I believe this is Ivan Ivanovich. Yep. Ivan Ivanovich reads in a file of undoubtedly extremely important papers. As he notices you, he gives you a friendly wave. Look who's there. Well, hello, the father of democracy. Let's brought you to our bunker. Minding my own business, and then I thought, crap, I have to visit the old man. I'm glad you remembered me. So how are you doing? Not bad, making my way up. Glad to hear it, but if I'm not mistaken, you're doing pretty well already. The elections in Ultranoye wouldn't have happened had it not been for your intervention. This is quite an achievement. I guess. Look, I keep wondering, what were you doing in Paragon? The official shrugs nonchalantly and waves his hand. Nothing interesting. Political matters. Look, I'm not asking you about your business, and you don't ask me about mine, okay? Oh, by the way, I haven't had any work from Dan recently. Do you think you could give me a job? The man thoroughly sleeks his receding hair and moves closer to you. Actually, I might have just the right job for you. You've shown already you're no stranger to politics, so it won't surprise you. There's a place called the Mountain Pass of Woes, where Caravanserai is located. This is a place where merchants stay on their way through the mountains. Caravanserai is an important regional hub. I think we would all benefit if they admitted Krasno's superiority. You mean I have to convince them to do so? This is right. Of course, they won't agree just like that. I'm not that naive. But perhaps you'll be able to convince them to admit it de jure, if not de facto. Oh, I'm not sure what de jure means. We're used to it, and once they do, we'll work from there. Alright, sounds interesting. Who do I have to talk to? Comrade Makhmudov, the warden of Caravanserai. Sarai. I keep getting that wrong. He's a sly man, but I don't think this will be the first time you deal with this kind of people. Alright, I agree. Where do I have to go? For a start, to Fogolevka. From there you can hitchhike to the Mountain Pass of Woes. Do you know the way to Fogolevka? Doesn't matter. I'll mark it for you. Ivan Ivanovich takes your map and puts a neat circle on it. There. Well, Godspeed, as they say, unless there's anything else I can help you with. Let's chat. Tell me about the local authorities. All power in Krasno and around belongs to the Chamber of Commerce. Even Dan admits it. Pity that Paragon pushes back from time to time. Were they more compliant, we all would have far less trouble. What can you tell me about the city? Well, it's obviously bigger than our dear Ultranoye. All power here belongs to the authorities. Strict, attentive to the last detail, utterly demanding to each and every social unit. The streets are for the most part calm. People sleep at night and work during the day, just like it should be in a civilized society. What do you know about the Wasteland? Not more than you do. If I happen to know any insignificant details, they're absolutely not worthy of your or anyone's attention. Have you heard any rumors? There's a secret hidden deep in our bunker. I don't even know where to start. You see, a colleague of mine, a person of utter intelligence, has taken a pet pig. Where I try best to keep it a secret. There's no need for people to see the Chamber of Commerce as a mental asylum. Okay. So there's more to this guy's pig than we thought. Interesting. Alright, so I have to go all over here. Hello, guard. I'll set you in silence. Can I go in here? Can I go in here? Alright. A fit, strong man wearing perfume and dressed in a classic, perfectly fitted pre-war suit is looking neat and polished. He is studying you carefully without saying a word. When he finally speaks, you're amazed by the strength and confidence of his voice. I have been notified of your presence here, comrade. It's high time we met and talked face to face. Let's leave the formalities behind us. I'm the Secretary General of the Chamber of Commerce, Gennady Nikolaev. You, Donald, are a man of mystery and indefinite occupation, but in the future a potential valuable ally to our city. What do you say? This is obscene. Playing a leader to a tiny part of the great, gone but great Union, and to call yourself by the title of true heroes, the titans of intellect, the modern Descartes and Newtons, such as Leonid Brezhnev and Nikita Khrushchev, and even, gosh darn it, Stalin himself. The Union also had to start somewhere, Writer Trudov. By the way, could you be so kind and sign an edition of your novel, Comrade Trodel? Yeah, Trodel. A truly fascinating book. What a feeling you get when you thought that you'd been talking to a vain, narcissistic megalomaniac, the petty king of the nearest Kokos. But then you realize that there's a true man of the Empire in front of you. The man with a capital M. A man of refined taste and unsurpassed beauty. I'm glad that we are friends now. So, Comrade Donald, how do you like my proposal? Well, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Well, of course. How else? But after your curiosity is satisfied, let's get straight to business. You look much younger than your subordinates. How come? I got into politics ever since I was young, and believe me, I proved myself in many complicated situations. There are even legends about me, like how during peace talks with Bandit Lord Dmitri the Cosmopolitan, I secretly scattered lumps of cheese all over the guy's encampment, only to later glue grenades onto some rats and send them back there come nightfall. What rat would agree to something like this? Still, I always held my ground in negotiations. What really happened was we destroyed that gang with Mitrailleuses? We found in the ruins of the Mitrailleuse Museum. I don't know what Mitrailleuses are. But still, my track record is quite impressive and worthy of the high degree of trust and my high ranking within the Chamber of Commerce. Well, that sounds really impressive. Now, what is the current biggest asset of Krasno? Location, size, strong economy, militia force? This is the answer you'll get if you ask any one of our citizens. However, I'd like to point out that in our city, old USSR culture and ideology are still very much present and alive. People can feel this continuity, which they associate with carefree life, stability and prosperity of the era long gone. And this in turn allows us to grow. What are the main threats to Krasno? The barbaric chaos that is Paragon, the wild gangs of the north, the drug trade, the slave trade, the mutants, the so-called Atom, just to name a few, but we're holding up pretty good despite all of that. But let's be frank, those aren't the biggest problems. The fact that the whole police force is massively corrupt sure is, and you pass on this info to the Internal Affairs Department, Comrade Fidel. I'm sure they will know just what to do. I'd question the validity of that statement. See, what other rumors circulating in the city are of biggest concern to you? To be honest right now, I am most concerned with the Black Lotus problem. This drug was considered to be an urban legend not long ago, but now we know that it destroys an adult after just 2 or 3 uses. It's in our best interest to stop that deadly poison from spreading. Sounds unpleasant. Alright. Yeah, last time I was offered some kind of a test to pass. Gennady Nikolaev smiles and nods. Yes, the times when people gain their status in exchange for promises and letters of recommendation are long gone. Right now, the only thing that matters are one's actions, and us, the state's loyal servants, have plenty things to do. Take that disgusting circus and set up its tents on our lands, for example. Drug dealers, kidnappers, thieves, drunks, degenerates. As Nikolaev is saying these words, his nostrils flare, and sharp wrinkled cuts appear. What? I think it's supposed to be take away the A, and sharp wrinkled cuts appears on his forehead. That sentence didn't make any sense. Of course, they're not the biggest or even the second biggest threat around here. For every great purge must start somewhere. I kindly ask you to dispose of that troop and their tasteless fans. I mean, physically destroy them so they can't just move a couple of kilometers and resume their activities. The remuneration, that's remuneration, isn't it? You need to swap the N and the M there. For this job will amount to 3,000 rubles in cash. My trust and respect will come as an added bonus. Wow, take out a whole circus? Are they really that harmful to the city? Your words don't seem to have an effect on the Secretary General. However, you notice his fists clench. You'll be surprised. There's no other way to deal with them. So we execute the kidnappers this week, and the drug dealers next week. What will we gain? I'm asking you to alleviate our suffering and cure us from these circus parasites once and for all, with one swift and clear blow. What could be more logical? Okay, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here and assume that he's from the circus, that he's a mutant, and he wants them gone because they know that he's from the circus. Can we go about this without committing genocide? I'm sure I can convince them to leave in peace. The Secretary General frowns. Well, in a worst case scenario, that could count as a satisfactory outcome. But I'll continue to insist that I would strongly prefer total annihilation as a result of this operation. It's much cleaner and better in many ways, so. Do I look like an enemy of all things humorous and fun? Why don't you send the guards if they're breaking the law? Hey, my personality check. Well, I see that you're trustworthy enough to know the real reason. First of all, despite the best efforts of the officials from the Mass Cult Bureau, the ordinary citizens still appreciate idiotic entertainment that is a circus, and therefore won't be too happy to hear that the government was behind the destruction of their favorite form of entertainment. In addition, the genocide of circus performers organized by unknown fighters near Krasno, could become a curious military incident that later can be used as justification for future expansion. Okay. I'm sure that their clowns will look hilarious with a bullet hole between their eyes. I agree. Oh my goodness. The General Secretary nods without saying a word and puts his palms together in the shape of a house. Great. I'm happy to hear that. I suggest you start the purge from the cockpit of the crashed plane. That's where you find Madame Vuva. She runs the circus. If she isn't one of the first victims, I'm almost sure that she'll somehow manage to coordinate her people so they can escape or put up a furious, cohesive fight. That is the gift she possesses, according to my agent's intel. Alright, well, I'll deal with you later. Alright. Let's get out. I want to get in here. Well, I guess it's only the two lockers. Probably nothing actually good in there. I didn't go down here. Alright. Alright, so we only have one more place to explore in the in Krasno, which is the Mushroom Cult building. But I think that's part of a main quest, so I think what I'm going to do real quick is run back to the co-worker, because that's who I need to talk to for the Bandit quest, I think. Oh geez, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, I never went and talked to Reverend Chris too again either. Yeah, power plant. So I need to go talk to Simeon Lapushkin at the power plant back outside. So I can do that, return to that guy, and then I can go talk to Chris too. Yeah, we knock this out. Knock out 2 quests real quick. I might even level up off of it, which would be great because then I can put enough points into my survival skill. Go and grind for the dog. Yeah, things are gonna work out great. Get some stuff done. Finally clear up some of the quests that I have. Alright, where's this guy at? He's all the way like out here. Yeah, all the way in this building. It's weird to have the power plant in such a vulnerable position. Yeah, talk about the shipment problem. Oh, there's 2 guys here. So this must be the guy that needs to pay. A tired man, his face covered in coal dust, blinks fearfully and wipes his dirty hands on his trousers. He snorts and gives you a questioning look. You see a badge pinned to his uniform, Simeon Lapushkin. Look, man, I'm working now. If you have a question, go talk to my boss. Now I want to talk to you about your debt. The worker turns pale, which is obvious even despite the soot that covers his face. Could we move the deadline a little? You see, I owe money to other people too. I understand how tough your situation is, mate, but it seems to me you don't. These people are dangerous. Really? Yes, they are. Oh, look, I don't need these problems. My wife back in the country has given birth. The other reason why I work my fingers to the bone here. I don't want my child to grow up without his father. The man sighs and takes a bundle of crumpled bills out of the pocket of his dirty uniform. Here, give it to your boss. Alright, so that's done. Let's get back to, the money launderer, and then... I could just go spend all of his money and then return to him with nothing. No, it gives me 10%. I think that's a pretty fair amount. I'll take it. I mean, that's 300 rubles for this. There was 500 rubles for the other one. I think the other one's 700 rubles. So I mean, it's a decent payout and experience, which is invaluable. So I make do with just experience and no money if I needed to. Alright, let's skadoodle-a-doot. Alright. In I go. I think it's this guy, right? Top of your debtors. Here is Katerina Mavrova's debt. Mavrova. And here's Simeon Lapushkin's debt. Alright, what now? What now? Did a great job, bro. Perhaps I should switch to more peaceful methods of money collecting. Oh, there's perspectives. Right. I guess you can talk to Bloody Valera, my pal. Perhaps he will cheer you up. The man next to him nods slightly. This is Bloody Valera, right? Yep. You probably saw I did everything for that pal of yours. Everything done? Fine. You can talk to the chief. The bandit turns to the quiet straw man who guards the crime leader's room and shows him a strange, apparently secret gesture. The guard shrugs and invites you in with a nod. Good luck in the talk you're about to have. You'll need it. Alright, well, I'm not going to talk to him right now. Let's go talk to Christu. Knock out that quest. I should be really close, yeah. Well, like 300 experience, approximately. I did manage to convince him, let's go. Both of you walk past the brothel guard. With a gentle sound, the door to the private office closes behind your backs. With an affectionate smile, Devi Christie looks at you and playfully rearranges her long hair. So what shall we do now? Okay. Again, this is not... I thought we were actually going to talk, but... It started a meaningful conversation about lofty matters. Oh. Okay. Hexgen's getting in there. Alright. Oh, here comes Fidel. Well... So I thought you could maybe have to romance her during the main quest before she becomes an alcoholic. Alright, well, let's just look at the city, I guess, while we're waiting. Spaceman. Looks like this is a silver do-it-yourself helmet. Kinda disappointing. Oh, I think it's the achievement. Love Guru. Devi Christu meditatively moves the moonshine glass in her hands. Having noticed you, she smiles playfully. Well, look who we have here. Greetings to you, my Eros, the companion and assistant of the glorious Aphrodite. What are you looking for? What more are you looking for? Any questions? I gained 69 experience points. This game has some of the best writing. All the small little details. It's such a good game. Alright, in the next episode we'll pick up with the crime boss in here. I know I have at least one more timed quest. The one for the police chief. Yeah, we still have a handful of things we gotta do. Like, we have a lot of quests to do. Yeah, we have a lot to do at the circus. I had a lot of things to do at the circus, so that's exciting. At least we knock out most of it there. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. In the next episode, we'll pick up with the chief in there and see where that takes us. Thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all in the next episode.